What's up, everybody? My name is Jack Billing, CEO and founder of Shed Knives, and like I said, today I'm going to show you a few different ways on how to baton firewood. Alright, what's up, everybody? My name is Jack Billing, CEO and founder of Shed Knives, and like I said, today I'm going to show you a few different ways on how to baton firewood. First off, this is a very clean piece of wood to baton. Alright, it's got flat ends on both sides. It goes well on the plate, which, by the way, you'll see that plate break later in the video. So just something to start with, you're going to want a solid base. Ground is very muddy, so that's why I chose this piece of wood. But there we go, it broke, so you need a stronger piece. But anyways, this piece of wood that I'm batoning, very easy. Look at the grain. You want to go with the grain. Look at how I have my knife. It's going to cut with the grain. It's not going against it. It's not fighting it. It's going with it. I'm also using another piece of wood to baton with. This is great because, first off, I already have firewood. It's right there. But then I can continue to chop and chop and chop without feeling the effects of something like a hammer, for example. It's also not going to be as tough on my knife. I also just showed off the knot in there, so not all knives, or not all pieces of wood are created equally, which you'll see later on. But just splitting it. You can split as thick or as thin as you want. It's up to you. But make sure you have a firm grip. And we're just chopping away. The thinner the pieces get, the better. So just keep that in mind. Also, I just want to show you a cool way to carry your wood before we get into the next clip. As you see, I've batoned some wood here, and I'm going to carry it using a cow hitch. All I did was make a loop, and then I took the loose ends, or the free ends, and feed it through the loop, and then you can adjust how this piece want that. First off, it is wonky. It is not the best piece to cut with, or to use for chopping. Whether you have a fixed blade or an axe, it does not matter. This is a tough piece, and you can see, once again, I'm breaking the board I have, which just tells you that's a lot of force going into this. So have a strong piece of wood underneath. That would definitely help. And you need to have a quality knife. That brings me into Shed Knives. Alright, I am using the 2023 Shed Knives Atlas in Tiffany Blue G10 scales. Alright, this is a beast. And as you see, look at the handle. It just broke that piece of wood. The G10 didn't break, but it's tough, which makes it a great chopper. So if you like this blade, or maybe you're interested in other blades, because Shed Knives has several of them in different colors, different sizes, you can go to shedknives.com. But I don't want to take away from the video too much, so let's get back to it. As you see, I got my knife stuck, so I'm just going to flip this over, take my baton, and beat it out of there. Just like that, I get my knife back. Now I've laid the log down, because otherwise I'm just going to get my knife stuck again. And I'm just going to hammer away. So this is another technique you can use. And I'm just hammering. Man, this thing, I'm going to show at the end just how many knots were in here. I'm trying to use a bit of a wedge, but my wedge is a little too steep of an angle, as you can see. And once again, that blade is stuck. And it's not the knife that's the issue. It's the amount of knots in this thing. My goodness. So once again, just flipping that log over and beating the knife out once again. And if you have a strong knife, it can take the beating. But really, folks, you just want to be safe with this. It doesn't matter how you cut, doesn't matter how you chop, you just want to be safe. I'm wearing gloves, keeping a nice safe distance, and you just gotta think twice. So now we're moving into this Y part of the piece, and this is where the majority of the knots are. So we are just beating away on this thing, trying to pry it open. Most pieces you could pry right there, but once again, a lot of knots. But we're just taking our time. Another key point, just taking our time. Just flip the piece over to the next side. Gonna maximize the blade length and just keep working down there. Just like that, my friend. So crack that thing open, and pow, look at the knots. It's even got the knife stuck in there. So that is a tough piece, but that's how to do it, my friends. That's how to do it. So that brings me to the end of this video, where now you get to see me tying another one of the 2023 models to a stick, which I just speared a tree with in the beginning. But if you found value in this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you support 100% USA knife companies like Shed Knives, go ahead and hit that subscribe. And last thing, my friends, if you know an outdoor or knife enthusiast who may find value in this video, go ahead and hit the share button with them. Alright, and once again, my friends, if you like knives, go ahead and check out shedknives.com. I'll put a link to it at the bottom, and I'll see you in the next one.